An Eagle River woman who says she was overcharged thousands of dollars on her electric bills was shocked when she found out the reason. She'd actually been paying her neighbor's bill for years. KTVA 11's Lauren Maxwell tells us how it happened and how you can keep it from happening to you.
I started changing everything out, like, okay, one thing at a time.
Susan Cubit says she worked hard to make her Eagle River condo energy efficient. But despite her best efforts,
I assumed it worked, but it didn't work.
her electric bills continued to go up.
So they were always over $100.
Yeah. Good, exactly, okay. Over 100.
At first, Cubits didn't notice.
Because I had gone paperless, so I had automatic bill pay. So I honestly never paid attention.
It wasn't until a friend asked her about utility bills that she actually took a look.
Oh my goodness.
Cubit's bills for April and May had spiked to $450 and $500, and that is when she knew.
And I was like, yeah, we need to figure that out.
Cubits had a hunch it might have something to do with her neighbor, whose pipes burst last spring and who for weeks used big fans to dry out the condo. So Cubits checked her electric meter.
This is me, and this is my neighbor.
Did a test of the breakers and discovered the meters had been mislabeled and were hooked up to the wrong unit. She'd been paying her neighbor's bills for the past 4 years, and Matanuska Electric wasn't offering any refunds.
Yeah, they basically said, you know, it's not our responsibility to check if you are hooked up to the right meter.
Which is what MEA told us as well.
It is the member's responsibility to provide the correct meter number.
MEA says meter mix-ups are rare, but can happen when there are multiple meters, which is why if you live in an apartment, condo, or townhouse, you should check.
The only way that a consumer can know for sure that the electricity they're being billed for is the electricity they're actually using is to do a simple breaker test. Find your box, flip the switch, and the light should go off in your home.
If not, there could be a meter mix-up, in which case you should call your power company. Susan Cubits estimates the situation has cost her over $4,000 in overpayments, but says she isn't getting any help.
And then they said, well, good thing that you and your neighbors get along, because basically you need to just ask your neighbor to reimburse you.
If she wants to settle the bill, she'll have to do it herself. Lauren Maxwell, KTVA 11 News.
Cubits was recently surprised to get a check from her neighbor, which she's grateful for, but she still believes MEA made a mistake. She filed a complaint with the Regulatory Commission of Alaska, who, after a review, sided with MEA. The Regulatory Commission says every electric utility in the state puts the responsibility on the consumer to make sure the meter box is correct and there's no requirement to offer a refund. And that brings us to our question tonight. We want to know, now that you've heard the story of how this woman was overcharged thousands of dollars on her electric bills because she had been paying her neighbor's bill for years, do you plan on checking your meter to make sure nothing is wrong with it and wrong with your bill, too? You can vote at KTVA.com or the KTVA app, and we'll check in with the results throughout the show. After you vote, start a conversation on the Vote Now page. Well, the results of our question earlier, we told you about a woman who was overcharged thousands of dollars on her electricity that she didn't use. She was paying her neighbor's bill. And we wanted to know if you planned on checking your meter to make sure nothing is wrong with it or your bill is correct. And the majority of you say yes, 56%. Thank you to everyone who voted tonight. Well, ending the night.